Live breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Nez Nation. The woman just can't be stopped. She just can't be stopped. I mean, this woman is a tornado in high heels. It doesn't matter what comes up. She is an absolute inferno. Fani Cash Money G. I mean, this is like preposterous, this letter. A brand new letter responding to Jim Jordan's letter threatening contempt from the House Judiciary Committee. Representative Jim Jordan, we talked about this in a live stream. I'll go over just a quick recap of what he said in that letter. But Fani Cash Money G just wrote and responded, and we have it today, exclusive right here. We have the entire letter, holy macadamia nut. Fani Cash Money G. Willis. This isn't even, this isn't ridiculous. This is ridiculiculi. Oh my God, look at this. This is so good. I can't believe it. Okay, we have this exclusive. Here is the letter that we got exclusively. This is live breaking from Fani Cash Money G. Willis to the Honorable Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio, who is the chair of the House Judiciary Committee, which sent all those letters back in February, and then just recently this letter in March 14th, which I'm going to go over. And I just want to show you that this is the real letter. You can see signed right there down at the bottom. You can see signed Cash Money G. Fani Willis. Here's the letter so we can go through it. It's a very short letter, but you know Fani Cash Money G. Willis, she packs an enormous punch. Before I do, though, don't pause it. Before I do, let's go through. I'm just going to do a really quick recap, and then we're going to go through Fani Willis's letter. So this was back in March, less than about 2 weeks ago. This was back in March, and this was Jim Jordan writing to Fani Willis saying, "Hey, we've made several attempts to obtain, voluntary compliance. We need these documents, et cetera, et cetera." And then he laid out explicitly what is missing. He says, "You failed to produce any of the following categories of documents." Seems like kind of a pretty big deal, too. Documents referring to allegations of the misuse of federal funds, documents, communications between your office and the Justice Department, all communications between the FCDAO. All documents fall within the scope of the subpoena. So he also even said, additionally, materials are likely to be responsive to the committee's subpoena as an accommodation. Your letter also requests that the committee engage with the Justice Department to obtain responsive documents. And so basically this was what he said. He says, while you've indicated that additional documents may be forthcoming, the committee has yet to receive this. And he's going to give 3 weeks. Accordingly, the committee expects that you will produce, and look at this, like literally almost to the day, you will produce all documents prioritized no later than 12 p.m. That's tomorrow, March 28th. If you're watching this tomorrow, it's March 28th. If you fail to do so, the committee will consider taking further action, such as and this is the big one right here, the invocation of contempt of Congress. Signed, Jim Jordan. Okay, so that's kind of keeping you up to speed. Now, let's go to Fani's response. Okay, so this is actually dated March 25th, 2024. And you can see that Fani is writing, "Dear Mr. Jordan, I am receipt of your letter dated March 14th. Remember, this is the threaten to hold her in contempt if she doesn't provide these additional documentations. I categorically reject the assertion." Of course you do. "I categorically reject the assertion that this office is deficient in responding to the committee dated February 2nd, 2024. Is there any surprise that she categorically, has she ever just humbly been like, "You know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. Here you go." Has she ever shown any professional decorum, any honorable propriety one bit? No, not since this whole thing began. She's been an absolute train wreck, right? So why would we expect anything less now, correct? As you note in your letter, we have already provided you with substantial information about our programs, that are funded via federal grants. Further, as I expressed to you in my letter dated February 23rd, 2024, this office is in the process of producing relevant documents to you on a rolling basis. That's kind of a strange. We're in the process of providing in a rolling basis. I mean, that's kind of nebulous. It almost seems like a big middle finger, too. Am I incorrect? Let me know in the comments. And is undertaking good faith effort to provide you with responsive information about our federal grant funding. Remember, this is all about misappropriation of federal grant funds. As part of that ongoing process, we are again today making a document production. Oh, sorry to put you out, Cash Money G. Oh man, the narcissism oozes out of this woman. Your primary complaint appears to be that we did not complete the production of your extensive document demands, including 5 categories of documents over a 4-year period. Remember, those are those bullet points. In less than 2 months. That demand is unreasonable and uncustomary and would require the government office to divert resources from oh my goodness gracious me. Can you get a load of this? So essentially what she's saying here, she's so good. What you're asking me to do, Representative Jim Jordan, who is representing Congress, who has every right to subpoena, has every right to hold her in contempt, that demand is unreasonable. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to stop us from going after your boy Trump. That's essentially what that sentence is saying right there. Oh man, is she brutal. Let me be clear. While we are abiding by your subpoena in good faith and with due diligence, we will not divert resources that undermine our duty to the people of Fulton County, yeah, because you care about the people of Fulton County, to prosecute felonies committed in this jurisdiction. We will not shut down this office's efforts to prosecute crime, including gang activity, acts of violence, and public corruption to meet unreasonable deadlines in your politically motivated. Is this for real? You can't be serious. Talk about calling the kettle black. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. She is essentially accusing a member of Congress, an esteemed member of Congress, a distinguished member of Congress, that we're not going to bow to meet your politically motivated investigation, quote unquote, of this office. That is a giant FU to Jim Jordan and due process. I mean, this is all part of due process. They have every right to inquire, what are you doing with federal funds? There's enough odor of mendacity. Remember that one? Oh my God, this woman is relentless. I don't think there's anything that's going to stop her. I really don't think anything other than putting her behind bars is going to stop. I don't think disqualification is going to do it. I don't think dismissal is going to do it. I think even if they dismiss this case against Trump and the other defendants, even if she recuses herself, which will never happen, or she gets forced out, she is going to come back like a gigantic meteorite. I mean, it's insane. As noted above, included with this correspondence are additional documents responsive to your subpoena, including documents that are responsive to priority categories identified in your March 14th, 2024 letter. We will make another production in the coming weeks. So in other words, I don't care about your stupid deadline. We're going to do whatever we want on our time. If you don't like it, so what? And here comes the juicy part. Oh my God, Nez Nation, this woman is unreal. This is the juicy part. I need to focus here. I need to make this bigger. This is where it gets so unbelievably insane. It gets so unbelievably insane right here. Listen to how she talks right here. Listen to her wording. However, let me again, you almost have to do it in that Fani, Cash Money G, Jerry Springer neck style. Let me again state this clearly. Nothing you do will derail our efforts. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Of my staff and I to bring the election interference prosecution to trial so that a jury of Fulton County citizens can determine the guilt or innocence of the defendants. Don't you even try that stuff with me, Mr. Joe Dan. Oh my goodness, this woman is relentless. My family and my staff and I have been threatened repeatedly by people making violent, often racist attacks, victimization, playing the victim. Neither of those threats nor anything you're... Oh my God, this is so good. You can't write Fani. Fani Willis is such a character. She's a caricature of a character. Neither those threats nor anything your colleagues and you say or do will deter us from fulfilling our duty to bring this case to trial. OMG. And then you can see signed down there, signed your service, cash money. It should say cash money. Fani T. Willis. Wow. I mean, just absolute a big fat wow. So she had until tomorrow. Otherwise, she was going to be held in contempt. Oh my goodness, this letter. I mean, I genuinely, when I first saw the interview, which we did a video on, her first interview since the disqualification ruling by Judge Pussycat McAfee, I actually was like, oh, she's just saying that she's not embarrassed. I was kind of seeing her body language, seeing her mannerisms, her gesticulations and gestures. Oh man, she's really embarrassed. She is actually embarrassed. I'm starting to think otherwise. I'm starting to think Fani Cash Money G actually believes that the way she acted in court, the way she yelled at everybody, the way she called Ashley Merchant a liar, the way she acted so unprofessional, so just so distasteful and unbecoming in a professional setting as that of a court of law on national television, I am truly starting to think she actually might be a clinical sociopath. This behavior, it's so hypocritical. Accusing the defendant, accusing the former president of narcissism, doing whatever you want, undermining justice, disregarding policy, disregarding rules, regulations, the Constitution. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. This is unbelievable hypocrisy. This is sociopathic behavior. I mean, there is not any relinquishing of that gas pedal on just going full steam bonkers mode by Cash Money G. There's no relinquishing. There's no relenting. I'm just blown away. You would think any normal human being after that horrid display in court, you would think somebody, you know what, maybe I should just chill out. Or maybe, is there anybody surrounding you, Cash Money G, that has any sense of practicality, that can just say, you know what, hey, yo, my girl, Fani, come here for a second. I think you need to just tone it down a little bit. I get it. I know you're heated. People are calling you all sorts of things. They're trying to derail you. It all makes sense. You'd think Obama, the consortium, right? Hey, Cash Money, just bring it down a notch. You're better than this. Don't lower yourself to their level, or their alleged level that you keep presuming is a level that they embed. Holy macadamia nut. What is going to come next? Okay, before you go, really quickly, tomorrow is supposed to be a live hearing where Judge McAfee, I did a live stream about this morning, where Judge McAfee is going to be hearing the new appeals and hearing new evidence. And so this is going to be really, really interesting. New motions to see if they can get through to the appellate courts. You want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button, follow us, Holy Macadamia Nut. In the pinned comment, obviously, become a Nez Nation Insider. It's our free newsletter. I can't wait. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of what I'm saying about Cash Money G? What do you think of this letter? What does this entail for her? Do you think that this makes her look more professional? Do you think it makes her look strong and fierce, like a strong, she claims she's the new face of the feminist movement. God almighty. Does this make her seem like a strong, powerful woman, or does it have the exact opposite effect? I'd love to hear from you. As always, I try to respond to all the comments It's literally impossible to respond to all of them. Members get first priority. Super thanks, super chat gets first priority. Consider becoming a member. You get perks, badges next to your name in live stream, shout outs, special privileges, exclusive content. Only costs you a cup of coffee for the entire month, each month. Just one cup of coffee. I mean, you spend more than that when you go get coffee in the morning. So consider becoming a member. Check out these videos right here coming up. If you missed the live stream this morning, you don't want to miss this. Fantastic. As always, Nez Nation, I can't wait to hear from you. God bless you, your families, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.